Today I'm here with a super special guest to talk about websites and business. This is my mom, Rosie. Her name's Rosie. Rosie Johnson from hairbyrosie.com. And I brought her on today to ask and talk about a few things about her website, her business, and how it's grown. And I know I typically talk to yoga teachers, but this is very relatable for any service-based industry. And so, Mom, first of all, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you. How about you?
Great. So you're coming from Minnesota, small town Minnesota. I'm over in Washington, so we live about 1,200 miles apart. See each other every so often, but anyway, it's fun to get on and chat about some things, and it's actually been really fun and interesting to help you build your business, because you went from a salon, working in a hair salon, so you do hairbyrosie.com. That's kind of obvious, but you do hair. So you went from working in a salon to transitioning to be more independent, which the people I talk with, the yoga teachers I talk with, that's their goal too, whether it's working in yoga studios and then wanting to add in their own independent things, or they work a totally different job and they want to make yoga or fitness their full-time thing. So that was, we'll talk about your journey in a moment, but I do want to share with people first your website, because we just got done with the 5-part website boot camp. And how are you liking your website? You like
I
it?
love my website.
Okay. Yeah, and we'll talk about why in a moment. I know I'm kind of like hijacking and talking through this, but I am going to let you share a little bit more, but I want to make sure people know how amazing your website is, and amazing in like a very simple way. So what I taught in the 5-part boot camp was the basics. Like, you don't have to have all the crazy things and all this shiny, flashy things. What you need is functionality. And let's do a little review of your website. And tell me, as we're going through this, like, what is it that your website helps you with the most?
It helps other people and myself to be able to book an appointment easily. Help
Yeah.
clients, they can book their appointment or get through the website, look at the services. So,
Yeah. So this has all the components that I taught about in the 5-day boot camp. So you've got a little headshot photo, like your face, your smiling, beautiful, young, fresh looking face, very welcoming right at the top. People see that and go, oh, this is who's going to do my hair. And it's got your name right away on it, because that's part of your business name. And then as you scroll down, there are links to book, like both at the top, over here, right here at the button. You can join the email list if you're not quite ready. A short little bio. We talked about that on day 2. Same with the headshot. We've got some fun images that are not professional. I actually went and took these photos back in March when I visited. I said, we're going to do a little photo shoot with my iPhone. And I took a bunch of photos. And some of these are stock images. It shares what services you provide, and also answers questions. So it's actually quite simple, because what you've got is just a few pages listing out the services where someone could actually book you. So people will just go in, look at your calendar, and see when you're available to book a specific appointment. And then this system, this is actually through Offering Tree, it sends out automatic reminders. I know that was a problem in the past for people, like an hour before their appointment. And you just got a simple pages talking about pricing and your hours of operation and where you're located. There's nothing like really fancy about this, but it gives all the information that someone might need in order to book with you. And so you're just able to say, go to hairbyrosie.com and book an appointment. And then you just click book an appointment and they can choose one, right? Simple as that. So let's talk a little bit more about that. I'm going to ask you a couple questions about that transition into like independence and how you're using your website. So the first one is, can you tell us a little bit about what it was like as an employee of your old salon, and what were some of the biggest frustrations?
Well, it was just a year ago, a little bit over a year ago. I worked for a well-established salon about 30 minutes away. And I love to work there, but the owner, she wanted to cut back on the overhead. So there was no internet, no receptionist, only a landline phone. So what we would have to do, me and the other hairstylist would have to answer the phones while we're working on clients. We'd have to answer the messages and it's like phone tag, trying to get back and forth with the clients to book their appointments. And a lot of the appointments or a lot of the clients did not have like reminder calls. So a few people would not show up for their appointments last minute. And all of that together just made me think there has to be an easier way. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be the receptionist. I want to be the hairstylist, and I
Yeah.
don't want to.
Yeah. What made you decide though to break away? Did you try to talk to the owner and tell them you should get a system, but they weren't open to it? Or
I did ask her about it. I said, how about you do an online booking system on your phone? And I was kind of looking into it. And she said, absolutely not. She said, I
really?
don't like computers and I don't want anything to do with the internet. So that's what she said. So I'm like, there's
Okay.
got an easier way. Like, I thought, well, maybe I can do this on my own, if I just branch off, and I could work closer to home because there was a salon just 2 minutes away from me.
Yeah.
And
So what made you finally decide to break away, like take that leap and work for yourself?
it just got so busy there. I was working on so many clients, and I was feeling overworked doing both jobs, receptionist and hairstylist. I needed to simplify my job to do the career that I wanted to do.
So there was an opportunity to rent a station, which is essentially working for yourself, right? So renting by the day for
Yeah.
someone else. Yeah.
Yep.
So the opportunity came up and you thought the first thing that you're going to do, or one of the first things, was you also needed an online booking and a website to get you started. Right. So
Yep.
that what do you feel like some of the biggest benefits of having your own website? Because now it's been like what, a year and a half or so since you've done this. What are some of the biggest benefits of having your own website compared to what it was?
Well, like I said before, it's like a 24/7 booking system, like a receptionist. Anybody from anywhere can make an appointment and they can get a hold of me anytime.
So the
And
online booking, awesome. And
mm,
you talked to me about like how many clients per week find you from just searching on the internet?
2 to 3 clients a week. I'm gaining 2 to 3 new clients a week for services, and they're
Yeah.
coming back.
And then, because I know you said some of the people have made comments about your website, because not many others in your industry and like who have in your area to have a website that's just hair in this area. What are some of the comments that your clients have made on the booking process?
Well, every client says they love the online booking system. It was their first time booking their own appointment. They just love the access to see when I'm available. They can get back to it, not book an appointment, look at it, see what services are offered. Many of them just love it.
Yeah. And this is why I tell like yoga teachers and really anyone in the service-based industry that having a website isn't just nice to like, oh, it's so pretty, it's nice, it looks professional, but the system and the booking and to be able to do all those things in the back end, just imagine having clients booking you without the back and forth messages. You don't have to be a 24/7 receptionist. You can set boundaries to when you're returning calls, or even if you have to return calls, and you have total control over your own pricing. You like, I remember I changed some of your prices for you on your website. So you can set your pricing, you can set your schedule. You just you asked me to add another day because I'm my mom's a website helper. So yeah, you asked me to add another day starting April, right? So you've gotten so busy that you need to add for the summertime, or you're able to see that, oh, well, a lot of people only have weekends available. So you added Friday?
Yep. So I'm going to work Fridays.
Yeah. So what would you say? So some people think that they can run their business, whether it's hair or yoga or whatever, with just word of mouth. Like maybe it's like your old salon owner. Like some people think they can just run it without the internet or maybe just on social media. What would you say to that?
Well, I think it's a better opportunity to have the website because you're going to reach out to a broader audience. More people are going to notice, more people are going to see it. They have their own individual opportunity to look and see what you have to offer.
Yeah, and it
So
just acts as home base. There's so many benefits. I think I talked like at length about this in the 5-day website boot camp, but there's a lot of benefits to having a website as like a home base versus social media or word of mouth. You can't necessarily guarantee them. It's kind of like passing out a bunch of business
right.
cards, but then never getting information from them to follow up. Because if you just give a bunch away, but you're not getting their information, you're just kind of losing a lot. So your website can collect, that information, the clients, your email lists, email addresses, client information.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you own your website. It's a really great asset to have. And yeah, so last question, looking back or ahead, either way, what's the best thing about having your own website as an independent business owner?
I think it gives me the freedom to do what I love without worrying about the behind the scenes, the appointments and everything. And the business is growing on its own. The more people that find me on the website, and
Yeah,
bumper
yeah.
sticker, and
Freedom, professionalism, control.
yep.
Yeah, and so with yours though, it's not just the website either. It's actually it's an all-in-one system. So what I set up your website on is called Offering Tree. Let me just give a little, if you're like, I just want information on Offering Tree, what is that website made on? Go to, it's offeringtree.com/ashes. You're actually going to see me in the demo videos. I work closely with them. It's an all-in-one system for appointments, scheduling, booking, on-demand video libraries, memberships, and primarily it's for yoga teachers and wellness professionals. But as you can see, it also works for hairstylists or anyone who has any service they want to offer. And there's different, I know there's some like hair salon booking softwares out there, and that's fine and dandy, and you could find something else, but it still helps to have some kind of software booking system attached to a main hub of a website. So I'm just so proud of you, Mom, because this was one of my, like, I remember you wanting to like branch out on your own and always say like, oh, I wish I could, do my own independent thing and start my own business and rent a station, not have your own salon, because kind of like owning a studio, a yoga studio is a lot of work. But if you're like an independent person and you jump around and you manage your own schedule, perfection, low overhead costs, and you don't have to worry about, the plumbing and someone else does that.
That's so true.
I'm just so happy to see that it's how, like when I made your website initially, I'm like, oh, I'm looking forward to seeing how this goes. I'm going to do the best I can so you can grow and it can make it very easy for you. And so far, like you've asked me to do a couple edits, but not, it hasn't been too challenging. It's once we had it set up, it was like good to go, very easy.
Yep. Very easy access. And I
Mm-hmm.
said,
Well,
so
great job. How do you feel like your business is going overall so far? Like, do you consider this like it is your business? It is a business. It's your business. How do you feel like it's going? Like, it's been a year and a half or so now. What's the
I,
general consensus?
I feel like it is growing and it's going to grow more, but I still have a lot of space for more clientele, and I'm just excited to meet new people and be creative with hair.
Yeah. And I mean, the same with anyone who's just starting out too. So it's been, I said, like a year and a half. It's consistency that's going to keep building and growing your business, where a lot of us think 3 months in, I should be, making $1 million. Well, Maybe some of us think that, but it's still gonna take time. So growing a business does take a lot of time, and it's maybe gonna move a little slower than you think, but the time's gonna pass anyway. Might as well keep going. Might as well see what happens. And as long as you see that little bit of growth, keep going. And sometimes, it'll grow faster or, up and down, but having that like website as your home base just keeps that consistency continuing.
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks for chatting with me and sharing a little bit about your journey and your website. Let's peek at this one more time. Your amazing, fun website. Again, very simple, very to the point, tells people exactly what you do. And isn't it like on the phone, you just say, hey, if you want to book an appointment, go to hairbyrosie.com. Done. You don't have to take any appointments by yourself. Now, there are some tips and tricks that I've shared with you that can help you with the appointments and things. And that's what I help a lot of yoga teachers with inside my membership and a lot of my courses. But you'll just have to stay tuned.
Yeah.
Of course, my mom is one of my favorite clients. So
thank you.
It's been fun working with you.
Thank you for all your help.
You're welcome. Well, anyways, thanks again. And we'll talk again soon, I'm sure.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it.
Bye, Mom. I love you. Mwah.